The thought process of when I was going to sign here, it was a waiting game. Obviously, they were waiting to see what Kawhi was going to do as many as other teams. And after he made his decision, then it was easier to, I guess, fill in the roster and use the cap space that I guess he didn't take to sign guys. So as soon as I found out that there was space and I was able to come on board, I was excited. I think I'm going to fit perfectly fine alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis. Those guys are very good. They're superstars, very good at attacking and getting to the basket and pretty much doing everything. And, a lot of teams try to double team them. And if you have floor space, it's harder to double team them. So my job really is to play defense and then space the floor. Make it easier for them to operate one-on-one. Yep.
How in the dark were you on kind of the timing of Kawhi's process? And then I would say, secondly, this is a team with a lot of complementary role players.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to have that kind of collection around?
Very important. You don't win championships or playoff games without those type of guys around. And obviously your superstars are going to do what they do, but most teams win playoff games by what role players step up. That usually determines of how far you're going to go, how much you're going to win. When your role players start stepping up and playing good basketball, it's a good sign. That those are usually the teams that win or be the last team standing. Your first question was, how in the dark was I I think I was just in the dark as much as you guys were. Obviously, he told us before it went out, but it wasn't long before it got out that he told us. He updated me as much as he could. He had good meetings with all teams, and I think he didn't know his decision until that moment of when that team made the moves that they made. So that's why it came out at that time. Yeah.
So you started a podcast here in Toronto.
Yes.
The Lakers like Spectrum Upfronts.
Mm-hmm.
So you came here to play basketball.
Uh-huh.
To what extent do you see being with the Lakers as an opportunity and you as entertainment?
Yeah, basketball is just my side gig. No, obviously, I love basketball, and that's the main thing right now. As I'm getting older, I'm preparing for life after basketball, and that's huge, coming into a market like this for my podcast. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue it, but signing with LA, why not? It makes sense with all the opportunities here of just doing that and so many other things to be able to prepare for life after basketball. Hopefully I can continue to full teams to give me a roster spot for another couple more years. But if they don't, or if I don't, I can get into something else along the lines of building stuff with the brand here. Is construction going on? What the hell is that?
Danny, what do you think the Raptors showed the NBA, the way they won, the way they were put together? Anything unique that you think the Raptors brought to the league?
I think that obviously you need time to build chemistry, but I think with our team, we did it within 1 year. New guys coming on, I don't think you need that much time. You can do it within a couple of months, especially after trade deadline. We got Marc Gasol and a bunch of other guys, Jeremy Lin, coming on board, and we didn't have a lot of time. But you can build that chemistry if you have the right pieces and the right veteran leadership to make something special happen. Even though this is a new team of new young players and new old players and veterans, it's very possible that we can build chemistry really fast and still be a special team or the last team standing.
Danny,
Mm-hmm.
what is the feeling you get from being in LA with two teams expected to contend? Have you been able to talk to Kawhi or anyone else in the Clippers organization? Is there a building of energy with both teams expected to be competitive?
I think the whole city is expecting to be a different type of year all around, especially on the sports side of things, competitiveness and competitive-wise, I guess, if that's even a word. I think both teams have made some really good additions and they're going to be, contenders. I haven't spoken to them about the energy or about what it takes or, the city of adjusting, adapting. I'm learning as I go, but I will get a chance to actually chop it up, see him, probably kick it once we both get settled. Still moving into how everybody's still moving in, getting settled, the family-wise situation and house-wise. But I have not spoken to him about energy. But I could just feel the energy. I know what it takes. I see the magnifying glass from afar. Being in other cities, being in other teams, knowing how big, not just being in a big city like LA, but playing alongside guys like LeBron and Anthony Davis, and many other Hall of Famers that we have. Dwight Howard and DeMarcus, who just went down, but so many other guys that are all-stars, that have been all-stars, Rondo, in this league, is going to be an even bigger magnifying glass. So I think the biggest key for us is just to try to find a way to gel and make our personalities all match and fit so they don't clash. Got you.
How does the length of this team benefit you well on the perimeter?
I think the length of this team benefits everybody. We have a big front line and, back court. We have a big everything. Pause. Guys are very long, athletic, wingspan. Guys who protect the rim, run. It makes it easier for me to play defense on the perimeter when I got guys protecting me. Timmy when I was in San Antonio, he made me look good. He made the job easy defensively, and I think guys like Anthony Davis, JaVale, Dwight, those guys can make it easier for me to be able to know that I have help side and weak side, and those guys can protect the rim. But also on the perimeter, guys can get into people, make it tough for them, deny them, get some steals, get out and running. And I think that'll be a big key for us, to winning. It's not just our offense, but our defense generating some offense for us.
Again, I don't know if you've played an NBA game in Europe in your career so far, but would you be interested in playing one?
An NBA game in Europe?
Yep, and what city would you like?
Yes, I would love to play an NBA game in Europe, and any city really. But I have not been to London. That is a city that I wanted to check out, and I've seen some other teams play there. But any city outside of the U.S. is great for me to be able to explore, be able to interact with those fans. For those fans get a opportunity to see us play up close and personal and actually interact with us. So, this China trip is going to be big. It's going to be fun, not just for our side and, the American side of basketball, but, for other countries, especially, the Asian population and, the Chinese basketball community.
Hey, Danny, to follow up on what you said about cohesion and how you guys represent
Yeah.
that in Toronto, it can't be difficult to do quickly, but what are some of the key points that you've got from there that you bring from this season that will this thing?
In Toronto?
Yeah, in terms of building that cohesion.
I think just being here only for a couple weeks and having a short mini camp with guys, I think guys understand the importance of the opportunity and the magnitude of the situation. And it's kind of a win-now situation. And what I've learned from there is that even though those guys, some of them were all superstars or stars in their own team at some point or in their own era, they put their pride, egos to the side and, knew it was bigger for the team to not think of themselves selfishly. And I think I see it here now already. Guys understand who we have. Guys are learning from each other, asking each other questions about other organizations that they played in and how things went. Even if you have, 5 to 10 years in, they're still, asking questions and not being the strong personality in terms of trying to, this is about me. It's about the team. They know that. Everybody knows that. And, in order for us to make it there, we have to continue that attitude moving forward and not have any, and that also includes us with the coaching staff. We all have to be on the same page.
Real quick, how does the championship you won with San Antonio compare to the Raptors one? Have you allowed yourself to think about what it would be like here to win one?
I don't like to count my eggs before they hatch, but you always try to, picture or imagine what it would be like, and always come in with a positive attitude. Everybody on day one, immediate day, every team thinks they have a chance. And you'd be silly not to, and not to be confident, not to think that you can win games and be a championship contender team and, beat those other teams that they're talking about that are better than you, or that could be, the championship team. You feel like even if you're underdog or not, every team comes in with a great positive attitude, thinking they can win. Have I actually pictured it, a parade, or thought about it? No. But I have thought about, we have an opportunity here, and I think we have some good pieces. It would be nice. But I said, I'm one of those guys that don't like to count my eggs before they hatch. I don't celebrate until we score, until we win.